Yo, what's up? What's up, everyone? What's up? My bad. I'm moving, so I was putting away some stuff in my boxes right there, real quick. I'm moving. Check out the room. I'm moving, guys. I am moving. There's nothing on my walls anymore. Look at that. I am moving. I just gotta get rid of my ghost face. I just gotta get my ghost face masks and my Michael Myers masks and my TV. But what's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Who's new here? Let me see. I think Zach says, Frank, what's up? I think Zach, how y'all doing? Please smash the thumbs up right there, guys. Please smash the thumbs up right there, guys. Come on. Let's smash the thumbs up. Whoever just got here, whoever's new here, let's smash the thumbs up. Zach, Mackie says, hello, Franklin. What's up, Mackie? How you doing? Dominic St. Clair says, hey, what's up, Dominic? Nice shoot on Friday. That was a great shoot on Friday, bro. You did great. You did great, man. We still gotta shoot your scene though. Your next scene though. A few more scenes with you. Leroy Lorax says, what's up? How you doing, Leroy? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Leroy. I think Zach says, laugh out loud, the dog just doing parkour. Yeah, my dogs are very athletic. They hop back and forth, but they're not gonna be able to do that in my new house. They're not gonna be able to do that anymore. Drink Pepsi, guys. Mackie Castaneda says, Michael Myers masks, palm of my hand. Yep, right here. Just a few of my masks. I got to take my masks to the new house, too, in a bit. Apple Ricky says, yo, Frank, what's up, dude? My dude, how you doing, Apple Ricky? Glad to see you here. Please smash the thumbs up, guys. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up. Mackie Castaneda says, where's Franklin? I'm right here, man. I was just putting some stuff away in my boxes because I'm going to move by tonight. Mackie says, hello. How you doing, Mackie? Zach says, give him a minute. Zach says, I think he's getting his stuff ready. Mackie says, who are you? Leroy Lorax says, Frank, I got a question. What is your question, Leroy? What is your question, Mr. Leroy Lorax? Let me know. What is your question, bro? And give me a second. Yeah, let me go put the link to this on my Instagram. I'll be back. Mackie says, my name is Mac. Oh, yeah, Mac. Give me a second, guys. I'm back, everyone. I am back. My name is Mac. I'm back, everyone. I am back. My name is Mac. Mackie says, I heard his family. Yeah, we're moving, guys. We're moving. So everyone's in a rush. You ever seen Home Alone? Remember when they're going on vacation? That's how my house is right now. Everyone's coming in and out. We're taking stuff out. So yeah, everything's loud right now. Mac says, Mac, my name is Mac. Dominic St. Clair says, that shoe was definitely good, bro. Yeah, it was a fun shoot, bro. Fun shoot, bro. It felt like I was part of Halloween Ends, bro. This fan film we're shooting, it feels like it's a part of Halloween Ends. We'll get into that in a bit, though. Apple Ricky says, I'll be doing Five Nights at Freddy's short film soon. It will be gory. It will have Charlotte, Emily's death, 5 missing children, and the spring lock scene. Awesome. Hell yeah. Can't wait to see that, Apple Ricky. Cannot wait to see that. Is it going to be on YouTube? Max says, I won't rest until latex masks back in head. What do you mean by that? You won't rest until you have a latex mask back in your head? That sounds funny. Twisted Emo said, hi, what's up, Twisted Emo? How you doing? Glad to see you here on another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode, I think, 58. Yeah, 58. Hell yeah, please smash the thumbs up. Twisted Emo, please get us up to 18. Please, Twisted Emo, so more people could join us here on the channel. Leroy Lorax says, welcome to Derry. Yeah, I need to catch up on that. I'm going to get HBO Max, though, once I move to my new house. Max says, oh, crap. What do you mean by that, Mac? Apple Ricky says, I'll be playing Charlotte, Emily, and William Afton stunt double. I'll be wearing the spring Bonnie suit, and yes, it'll be on YouTube. Awesome, hell yeah, can't wait. Twisted Emo says, I'm gonna be seeing The Strangers Chapter 3 while dressed as the main man, the man in the mask. Yeah, hell yeah, I love these new Stranger movies that came out. A lot of people are giving them a hard time, but I like them. They were pretty good. I thought they were good, bro. I don't know what's up with people. Yeah, whatever. I thought they were fun. Yeah, I can't wait to see the third one. The third one comes out in February. OG Wicked Milk says, what's good, Wicked Milk? How you doing, bro? Welcome to another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode 58 here on the channel. This is my last day in this room, bro. This is my last Horror Sundays in this room. Check it out. Look, everything's empty now. Everything is empty. There's nothing on my walls anymore. Look at that. My walls used to be full of Star Wars toys. I only got those knives left. And I just got to get my masks together. And that's about it, though. Max says, your family is rushing out. Yeah, we're out of here, bro. we're out of here. Which is it's because we got a lot of stuff, so we gotta get it out of here soon. You know. Apple Ricky says, and I wouldn't want anyone under the age of 12 because of the gore. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. That sounds reasonable. How did everyone spend their weekend? How did everyone spend their weekend? Let me know in the chat, y'all, what y'all do this weekend. Has anyone seen Silent Night, Deadly Night? I'm gonna go see that tomorrow. I'm going to go see Silent Night, Deadly Night tomorrow. Tomorrow. Let me see. OG Wicked Milk says, "Dang, it looks so empty, bro." Yeah, it is, bro. It's gonna be even more empty right now after this live stream. Ain't gonna be nothing in here. Probably only my TV. Thank you so much for the hundreds right there. I appreciate that. Max says, because I'm not rest until the mask is complete. Oh, okay, I get you. You do not rest until the mask is complete. That sounds reasonable. Hey, Wicked Milk. I already started we did a shoot on Friday. Wicked Milk, listen up. I already started adding the other music you sent me for the movie. You think you could make a Halloween Ends theme? Just a regular ta-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na theme, but the Halloween Ends style? Because we really need one for the intro and the outro. Wicked Milk says, been practicing with the guitar. I seen the last Oh, have you seen the last one I sent you? Yeah, bro, that's what I mean. Yeah, I already added it to a few scenes. I already added it to a scene of Michael and to a scene of Kyle. So now I just need a regular Halloween theme. The regular ta-na-na-na-na-na-na-na theme, but in Halloween Ends format, you know? Wicked Milk says, "Oh hell yeah, bro." Yeah. Like I said, I already added your theme to two of the scenes. Now we just need a regular Halloween theme for the ending and the opening credits. Max says, "Oh yeah, I love the theme. You love theme. You love the Halloween theme. We all love the Halloween theme. That theme is cool. Thank you so much for the hearts right there, y'all. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the heart." OG Wicked Milk says, "Bet that will do." Oh, Wicked Milk says, "Bet that will do." Hell yeah, guys. I'm making this Halloween Ends fan film gory for y'all. I'm trying to make it gory as gory as I can, bro. And it's pretty gory. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty gory already. I just got to do some reshoots tonight real quick, but just by myself, though. I just need some insert shots. But I could do that all on my own. But yeah, I just need some insert shots, too. And we're good to go. Yeah, because I missed it. I missed it on Friday. Let me see, guys. Let me start getting into some of the news right here that I've been wanting to cover. Wicked Milk says, "Dang, my messages are duplicated for some reason." Yeah, that's crazy, right? I was wondering why that was happening. All right, guys. Yeah, so hell yeah. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up. Right there. We're about to start getting into some movie news. Right here. Apple Ricky says, "I want to film at a Chuck E. Cheese." Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be totally awesome, Apple Ricky. I agree with that. I would totally. That would be awesome. That would be a great location if you could nail that. Twisted Emo says, "Sorry if I haven't made the new tracks for your fan film. I'm currently visiting my dad's side of the family right now, and I barely got storage, but don't worry. I'll try to make some before January, hopefully." It's all good. Don't worry. Enjoy the holidays. We're still shooting anyway. We still got like 5 more scenes to shoot. So we got like a few more weeks of production to go still. So that gives you enough time to make something up. Maybe 1 or 2. It doesn't even have to be that many. Maybe 1, 2, or 3. You know? Hell yeah. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up, guys. We're almost up to 20. Come on. We're almost up to 20, y'all. Hey, has anyone heard that Sweet Revenge Friday the 13th short film is not on YouTube anymore? Twisted Emo. Because I know you're a Jason fan, Twisted Emo. Have you heard that the Friday the 13th short film Sweet Revenge got pulled from YouTube? Apple Ricky says, "I film outside first, then their back room." if we can. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like I said, that'd be a great location, Apple Ricky. Max says, I wish Halloween movies is coming back in decades. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, but we always make Halloween fan films every year here, so don't worry. If there's no official Halloween film coming out, you can always count on a fan film from Hollywood Horror Film Club right here. You know, guys? Let me see. Twisted Emo says, yeah, I heard. Yeah, some guy told me on one of my posts on Instagram. On Friday, I posted that picture of the Angry Orchard Jason. I had seen the cutout at a liquor store, and I posted it, for Jason Voorhees Friday. And then some guy comments and saying, oh, the short film got pulled from YouTube. And then I went to go check, and I was like, what? No way. And it has. OG Wicked Milk says, damn, why? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why. Max says, I wish they're coming back. Yeah, me too, man. But I don't even know what's up with the Halloween TV series either. Apple Ricky says, the back room would be for my missing children, and Springlock scene outside would be for Charlie Emily. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Apple Ricky. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Let me see. I'm trying to find why Sweet Revenge isn't on YouTube anymore. Let me see. What happened to Sweet Revenge 1 week ago? Okay, it's on Reddit. Someone is asking on Reddit, what happened to Sweet Revenge? Let me see. Max says, imagine fan films and officially production work together. That would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. That would be awesome. You see, this is only a dream of mine, But if I were ever to get hired to direct like a Halloween film, a Scream film, a Friday the 13th film, a Nightmare on Elm Street film, I wouldn't want to just direct it by myself. I would want to bring on board other fan film directors as well, so we could all direct it as a unit, kind of like Radio Silence. You know how it was two guys who directed remember the directors from Scream 5 and 6 was two guys like that. I would want to do that. Like if I were ever hired to do a real Jason movie, a real Michael movie, a real Freddy movie, stuff like that. I like I said, I wouldn't want to direct it by myself. I would want to bring on board other fan film directors as well. The best ones that there is. And we'd all give ourselves input and make it together. Because it'll be a massive responsibility, dude. It would be a massive, massive responsibility making an actual Halloween film, Jason film, Freddy film, Chucky, etc. Because you have the potential to disappoint a lot of people. So I would want input from other directors that know the character, just as well as I do. But yeah, that would be great, Mac. That would be great. That would be great, Mac. Twisted Emo says, my favorite scene in Halloween 5 was when Michael swung a scythe at Samantha. It wasn't it was Sammy. Yeah, Samantha. I was going to say Tina. No, it wasn't Tina, though. Yes. He just looked cool in that shot. Yes, he did. He just swung it, right? He just swung it. Like, boom, he just swung it. Yeah. I love Halloween 5, bro. We did a Halloween 5 fan film last year, 2024, here on the channel. Check it out when you got time. I think it's pretty, close. It looks pretty close to Halloween 5. Apple Ricky says, I'd probably do it next year because I got to get stuff. Yeah. Producing a movie, Apple Ricky, even if it's a fan film, even if it's a low-budget fan film, you still got to produce stuff. You still got to get, fake blood, costumes, prosthetics for fake cuts and makeup, locations, people to act in the film. You got to get the right phone or camera. Apple Ricky, what kind of camera are you going to use? Apple Ricky, what kind of camera are you going to use? Let me know. What kind of camera are you going to use? I really, really want to know. Apple Ricky, what kind of camera are you going to use? Max says, new ideas and scripts for movies. Max says, why they've not accepted you as a team production for filming. Actually, I'm kind of working on a Netflix movie right now, so with some guys that make movies from Netflix. I go and shoot scenes for them sometimes on their camera. So I'm kind of working on it's not a horror movie, It's not a horror. What's that? I don't know, on Netflix. These guys are like from Amazon. They put movies up on Amazon Prime, and I've been helping them with like camera stuff here and there. It's not a horror movie. It's like a love movie kind of. It's not a horror movie, but you got to start somewhere. And I don't mind filmmaking. Even if it's not horror, filmmaking is still fun. I was messing around with cameras and stuff like that. But yeah, dude. Little by little, like people start noticing your work on YouTube and all that stuff, dude. Yeah, I got lucky because one of my friends met some producer. He does Uber. He met some producer on one of his Uber rides, and I shot a lot of my friends' music videos, and he showed the producer guy the music videos I shot for him, and he liked my camera work. And next thing you know, I'm there in Beverly Hills at this like hilltop mansion, learning how to get shots for like an upcoming like drama film they're doing. But yeah. So it's little by little. Like I noticed that with filmmaking in this industry, like sometimes you don't start off with the projects you want. Sometimes you start off with like drama or stuff you're not really into, and to me it's all just a test. Just to see if you really know what you're doing, because horror is really easy to make. Horror is super easy, but drama and stuff like that, it has a different vibe to it. But yeah, Twisted Emo says, I saw both Halloween 4 and 5 fan films you made. Both are sick. Thank you so much, Twisted Emo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I had so much fun making those. Those are so much fun. They were just, the Halloween 4 one was a bit more low budget than the Halloween 5 one. The Halloween 5 one was shot on an iPhone 11. The Halloween 4 one was shot on an iPhone 6. But you know what? That's okay because I think that added to the more grainy vintage look, because the Halloween fan film is supposed to be taking place in 1988, right? So I feel like the older quality camera on the iPhone 6 kind of helped the shots look more grainy, more older. So it really helped out with the aesthetic of my Halloween 4 fan film. The Halloween 5 one, I wanted to shoot it a little more professional, even if I was shooting with the phone, It was an iPhone 11, which has a way better camera than the 6, though, So yeah, we shot that one, with the iPhone 11. I feel like the shots look way nicer in that one. I feel like the shots look way nicer in the Halloween 5 fan film. Yeah, the Halloween 5 fan film was great. Wait till you see our Halloween Ends fan film, bro. Wait till oh my God, dude, you guys are gonna love it. The shots are looking so awesome. It literally has like the Halloween Ends vibe. Like when you guys watch the fan film, you guys are gonna feel like it's kind of almost like a missing part of Halloween Ends, dude. It just has the vibe, the feel. We're filming at a tunnel that goes underground where we have our Michael actor hanging out, It's gonna be a fun little movie, dude. It's cool. It's cool. It's like kind of like a fighting movie a bit too, Tough guy movie, a bit. But we got some like punk rocker greasers in there, So hell yeah. Wicked Milk says facts. They were really good. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I'm really thankful that my little sister looks a lot like Danielle Harris when she was a bit younger. That really helped a lot, bro. That really helped a lot. That really helped a lot that my little sister looks pretty similar to Danielle Harris in Halloween 5. And we nailed the costumes, everything. The Halloween 5 mask. You guys want to see the Halloween 5 mask we used on screen since I'm moving? Oh, dude. Yeah, I gotta take this hair off of here already. Look, check it out, guys. This is the Halloween 5 mask we used in the film. Look, this is the Halloween 5 mask we used in the my Halloween 5 fan film. Michael and Jamie, a Halloween 5 fan film. This is the mask. It's a Trick or Treat Studios mask. I just rehauled it. Actually, I didn't even rehaul it that much. I kept the original paint. I just dirtied it up, gave it a black wash, painted the lips, and just added new hair to it because the hair that comes with the Tots hair on this mask is horrible, bro. The Tots hair that comes with this mask is horrible. He looks like the Crow. And nothing's wrong with the Crow, but it's just not the look for Michael, Apple Ricky says, for the missing kids, I want like a drama, like little kids use 3 boys and 2 girls. I'll be using my phone. Awesome, Apple Ricky. Yes, Apple Ricky. What kind of phone do you have, Apple Ricky? Apple Ricky, what kind of phone do you have? You just got to get proper lighting. You see how the lighting looks bad right now on the live stream, but when I shoot my movies, it looks a little bit better. You just got to get some good lighting in a room, and yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good with the phone. What kind of phone do you have, Apple Ricky? Is it iPhone, Samsung? Let me know. Wicked Milk says, bro, that dude who played Dr. Loomis was goated in it. Laugh out loud. Yeah, Brian, bro. My friend Brian. He's also the singer for, well, actually, I'm the guitar player for his band. The guy who played Dr. Loomis, he's the singer for a punk rock band. And I'm the guitar player for that band. Yeah, he's cool, bro. He loves playing Dr. Loomis. Yeah, he nailed it, bro. He nailed it. He's been seeing Halloween just as long as I have, bro. I'm only a year older than him. He's like 33, I'm 34, you know? So we've been watching these movies since the freaking 90s, you know? So for us, it's easy to figure out these characters and know how they function and stuff, you know? Because these movies got ingrained in our freaking systems since children, you know? Since children, all we've known is horror movies and punk rock and skateboarding and guitars. Max says, what? Why don't you want to work for horror films? I do want to work for horror films, Mac. Max says, come on, I need you to do work for horror movies. Mac, I said I do work on horror films, bro. It's just this project I got hired for is not a horror movie. This project I got hired for is not a horror movie. It's not even my movie. I just got hired to be a camera guy whenever the other camera guy is not around, you know? That's it. This isn't my movie. This is an Amazon movie for a couple of producers that my friend hooked me up with. Yeah, like I said, it's not my movie, it's their movie. All I make is horror. Look at my channel. All my films are nothing but horror, bro. Yeah, it's just this project I got hired to do camera work is not exactly horror, you know? That's it. I'm still always going to do horror. But yeah, Mac, okay, Clovenom7 says, sup, cousin? Clovenom says, do you have a Freddy Fazbear head? Nah, I don't. I have one of the little toys, though. I forgot her name. It's like the pink robot dog. What was the pink robot dog's name? What was the pink robot dog's name? I forgot, dude. I always forget from freaking Five Nights at Freddy's. But yeah, I have the little toy of that. I need to get more Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, though. And what's up, Clovenom7? I haven't seen you here in a while, bro. Glad to see you here on another live stream. Here on Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today is Horror Sundays, episode 58. Please smash the thumbs up, Clovenom. Yes, thank you so much. Please. OG Wicked Milk says, Parker, I need pictures of Spider-Man. Actually, hold on. I do it better when I smoke, though. I haven't smoked, so my voice isn't as rough right now. Parker, I need pictures of Spider-Man. We can get pictures. We can get pictures. We get pictures. I can't do it. I don't got the voice. That voice really comes in when I smoke, honestly. Like right now, I'm very clear-throated. So it's really hard to get the voice because J. Jonah Jameson is a smoker himself too. So like he has that rasp, you know? So when I don't smoke, I don't get that rasp. So if I would ever do the voice for that fool, I would have to probably smoke a joint before going in the booth, you know? Like Parker. But yeah, Apple Ricky says iPhone 14 Pro Max. Oh yeah, you're good. You're good, Apple Ricky. You should get a great film with that. You should get a great fan film with that. And like I said, if you get good lighting, it'll look even more professional. I shot on an Apple 16 Pro Max, my friends, like 2 or 3 music videos. It's a good phone. The image quality is great. It's so much smoother than the other versions. Yeah, that's good, Apple Ricky. Hell yeah, Parker. Spider-Man, hero or menace? You heard that? I got it. Spider-Man, hero or menace? If we could get pictures of Julia Roberts in a thong, we could sure get pictures of this bozo. Remember when he says that? All right, so yeah. Max says, nice, Halloween 5 rehaul. But you haven't rehauled Halloween 6 mask and fan film. Nah, I have not rehauled the Halloween 6 mask. I honestly don't think I'm going to rehaul my Halloween 6 mask that much. The paint is good. The hair is good. I'll probably just retouch the lips a bit and just add the little bluish, greenish areas that the Halloween 6 mask has. But yeah, I think Tots does a good job with the paint, honestly. Sometimes their paint is really, really good. Like this mask, this is the original Tots paint. Like I said, all I did, I just blackwashed the mask. I just gave it a dirty blackwash so it looks dirty. painted the lips gray like it is in the movie, added different hair, you see? And that's it. And added some Velcro in the back, as you can see right there. And that's it. Got Halloween 5. Look at that. I try to copy the mask. I try to copy the mask that you see in the shot when he's in the hobo's hut and he's waking up again, and then he puts on the mask and then he turns. Remember that scene? And then he does that head turn to the side like that. That's the mask I try to copy. Again, for those who didn't hear, I try to copy the scene in Halloween 5 where he's waking up again a year later before he kills the hobo, and he puts on the mask and then he does the little head turn. Like that. That's the mask I was going for. Yeah, but yeah, I gotta do a Halloween 6 fan film eventually. Maybe since Jamie gets killed, I'm waiting till my niece gets a little older, like at least 14, 15, because that's how old Jamie was supposed to be in Halloween 6, but she looks like she's 30. You know, that's just how it was back in the 90s. But yeah, I'll probably make a fan film for that. And maybe I'll write a story that takes place before Jamie gets killed by Michael, before the cult catches up to her in the barn and all that. You know, we could probably say she went somewhere else first, and they found her there first, and then she took off there. You know, something like that. Wicked Milk says, "True, man. Lighting is more important than the camera. Sometimes lighting plus grading is really underrated." Yup, it is, bro. It truly is, man. It truly is. Only certain films could have like crappy camera footage looking stuff, you know. But if you're making a film, you need meticulous, nice shots, you know. Like a documentary. Like documentaries could have shaky, crappy looking like camcorder footage, you know, because that's a documentary. Regular films could do that too, but only if you're implying that someone is using that kind of tech, you know, or if you're like using it in the credits, or you know, or implying that it's a certain time period or something like that, you know. Mac says, "Man, I wish you really should." I am, Mac. I am, bro. It's just that this project I got hired to do camera work for isn't a horror movie, but I will always be doing horror, bro. Check out my fan films. They're all horror. Also, check out my original movie, The Clown. Yo, bro, we're also going to be doing The Clown 2 soon. The Clown 2. We're going to be shooting it on a Blackmagic 6K Pro Pocket Cinema camera. So it's going to look like a real movie this time. I was just going to probably have to invest in a PC because those kind of files require a lot of processing power on a computer to edit. Wicked Milk's, oh, crap, what the hell? All right, Wicked Milk says, "Did you know that in David Gordon Green's Halloween, they put on a post-productions to fix emulate film grain colors?" Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah. They have to, man, because if you use just the raw footage, it's going to look horrible, man. Oh, I put this up here. Yeah, if you use just the raw footage, it's going to look horrible, dude. It's going to look horrible. Trust me, if you use the raw footage, bro. Like, maybe sometimes that can work, but I don't know. You need the color grading, bro. You need the color grading, especially nowadays that everything is shot digitally. If you want it to look like a film, you need the color grading to give it that more filmish kind of look. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let me see. Wicked Milk says, "And that was doubled for the flashback sequence." Yeah. I heard. So if you watch the behind the scenes of Halloween Kills, the production designer for Halloween Kills actually reached out to Dean Cundy, the original production designer, DP, director of photography, for Halloween 78 and Halloween 2 and Jurassic Park, and so many movies. But yeah, he reached out to him and asked him how to get the lighting. And Dean Cundy said to use less camera movements, so more still shots, you know? This is an old school movie, so there wasn't all these like shots from over the shoulder, you know, all these shots, you know, there was more longer still shots and all that stuff, you know. They told them to use color grading. They told them to use gels for the lights. So how Tommy Lee Wallace got the light on set, they had set lights, and what they did is they put blue gels over the light. And that gave the set where they were filming that blue tint, you know? That blue tint. That's how they used to do it back then. Wicked Milk says, okay. Apple Ricky says, are you talking about Mangle or Funtime Foxy? Your figure. I think it's Funtime Foxy. Wait. I think it's Mangle. I think it's Mangle that I have a toy of. But I already put it away because I'm moving. Look, there's nothing on my shelf anymore. All my toys are gone. My action figures and stuff. Let me see. Club Nom says, are you ready for it? Welcome to Dairy Finale. Yeah, don't spoil it though. I'm gonna get what's it called? I'm gonna be getting HBO Max when I move to my new house tomorrow or tonight. I should be out of here probably tomorrow morning though. I'll probably stay one more night here. Wolf says, hey Frank, what's up, Wolf? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the chat. Another episode of Horror Sundays, episode 58. Bro, please smash the thumbs up if you haven't. Wolf, get us up to 23. Please, man. Please get us up to 23 so more people could join us here on the channel, please. Wolf says, hey, Frank, watch Silent Night, Deadly Night with Rohan Campbell earlier today, and it was awesome. The novelization of the 1984 film is one of my favorite books of the year. Punishment is good. Yes, I'm going to go see that tomorrow. I'm going to go see Silent Night, Deadly Night tomorrow, so please don't spoil it. Please don't spoil it. Apple Ricky says, want to hear a funny story I experienced at water park? What is it, Apple Ricky? Clobnom7 says, could you wear the Halloween 5 mask? Yes, I can. And I got to get on the news soon, too. Oh, yeah, look at that. The logo. Halloween 5. This time they're ready. Oh, how does it go? How does it go, the Halloween 5? It's a beautiful mask, huh? The Mighty Sparrow says, Michael, what happened to him? It's Halloween 5, Michael. It is Halloween 5, Michael. Check it out. Look, who wanted me to wear the mask? It's crazy, bro. It's like when you put on this mask, you become someone else. Let me see. Max says, good story. Max says, for Halloween 6. Yeah, right? Thank you so much, Mac. Yeah, I could just come up with a story that takes place maybe like an hour or two before Jamie gets caught at the barn, you know? So say Jamie goes somewhere else first, and then they catch up to her there. So we'll have some shots of her running from the Colt and from Michael, and then we'll have Michael killing a few people and stuff like that wherever she is, and then the Colt maybe killing a few people as well, helping out Michael, and then we'll end the fan film with her escaping with Stephen Lloyd, her baby, and then the fan film ends where the movie begins, you know, pretty much. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Just gotta wait a few more years till my little sister's about like 15. I was thinking about just getting some other older actress, but I don't know. I like working with my little sister more. She takes direction way better. Let me see. Apple Ricky says, when I was at a water park, I seen a little boy jump off a diving board. He was up in the air. Then I saw a falling down from midair. It was his. Then it went down to the pool bottom. Yep. That happens in the pool, Apple Ricky. That happens in the pool. That's disgusting. I remember when I was like 13 or 12, some guy pissed in the pool, and like you could just see the yellow rising to the top, and everyone was like, ew! Started, freaking jumping out of the freaking pool, dude. It was nasty. So yeah. Apple Ricky says, John Carpenter's Halloween was very low budget, but it was so good. Yes, it was very, very low budget, Apple Ricky. Very, very low budget. I love making low budget stuff. The Mighty Sparrow says, when is C2 coming out? C2 Clown 2? Mighty Sparrow, are you talking about the clown too? Or what do you mean by C2? C2, what do you mean by C2? Are you talking about the clown too? Mighty Sparrow, are you talking about the clown too? Let me know. Apple and yeah, Apple John Carpenter's Halloween was very low budget. You know what was even more low budget though? Apple watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Watch Toby Hooper's original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now that was low budget. Yeah, now that was low budget. That was low budget. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974 had a smaller budget still than Halloween 78. Wicked Milk says, I just love Halloween and H281 Amnesties, bro. They're unmatched. I think the only other Halloween that has Amnesty is Halloween 4. Yeah, Halloween 78 and Halloween 2. They're great. I love Halloween 4. I love all the Halloween movies, bro. I love them all. I think they all look great in their own unique style, you know? Because if they all look the same every sequel, then honestly, I don't think you would learn anything about filmmaking, you know? Because every sequel, sorry guys, especially after Halloween 78 and Halloween 2 that were done by Dean Cundey, you knew that was Dean Cundey's work. You could tell by the lighting and all that stuff, you know. But the later Halloween movies had their own unique looks because other directors with their own styles and and directing styles did it, you know. And that's cool too because the Halloween movies taught me a lot about filmmaking because they were different each time, you know. Unlike Friday the 13th is kind of almost like, let me see, up until like part 4, Friday the 13th all felt the same, you know, up until like part 5. Up until part 5, all the Friday the 13th movies felt the same. After part 5, they started feeling a little different, you know. So that's what I mean. It's like I like the different tastes of filmmakers, you know. I like the different styles and stuff, you know. Even though a lot of people didn't like the later sequels, you know, of Halloween, I liked it because it taught me a lot about filmmaking. Taught me that a lot of people, even though we all use the same instruments and tools, cameras and stuff, we all use it in different ways, though. Let me see. Cloud97 says, I'm not going to mention any names, but I hate these YouTubers that spoil it when, spoil it. Welcome to Dairy and YouTube Shorts. Yeah, I don't do none of that, bro. I don't even really do reviews here on the channel, honestly. Movie reviews. Like, I've done it a few times. I'll do it if it's like a big, like, I'll probably do one for Scream 7, definitely. I'll definitely do one for Scream 7. But, like, I'm not here reviewing movies all the time. I like reviewing, like, props and masks. And I like making fan films. That's what gets the most views here on the channel anyway, you know? I'm more about reviewing masks, props, and making films, you know? Or going to conventions and stuff like that, you know? I'm not really like a big, like a movie reviewer, you know. You guys already know this. I'm different from like all the other creators, the other horror creators here on YouTube. Most of them do reviews, you know. Most of them do, like you said, those shorts talking about the episodes, you know, spoiling it. I don't do none of that. I grew up in like the freaking 90s, you know. So to me, like, spoiling something was very, very taboo, you know, even though I'm guilty of spoiling stuff too, though, don't get me wrong, you know. But, like, I like staying true to my roots, you know. In the 90s, we didn't have the tech to just be spoiling movies like that, you know. You spoiled it to your friend group, you know, but you weren't able to put it out on the open to everyone on the internet, you know. Like, yeah, that's not me, bro. Like I said, I'm more into making films and stuff, you know. Films and reviewing masks, wasting money on masks just to review them here, you know. I'm not a big movie reviewer, you know. I think that's kind of killing filmmaking in a way. Movie reviews, honestly, like, nothing bad with them, you know, but a lot of negativity comes from them because back in the day, if you didn't like a movie, you didn't like a movie, and that was it. You weren't able to put your thoughts out there, you know. But nowadays, like, people like to hate just for fun and stuff like that. So they'll make a bad movie review, you know, and then people who haven't seen the movie or get convinced by their video not to go see the movie, you know, instead of going to see it and making up their own opinion, you know. So it's like, yeah, so I think movie reviewing is like it does a lot of harm to filmmaking. Does a lot of harm to filmmaking. It scares away potential customers, you know, to go see the movie, you know, and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, I'm not a big movie reviewer, guys. Sorry, you know, I like going against the grain, you know. I like doing things that not everyone like. I like doing things different, you know. I like doing things my own way here. I'm not monetized, you know, so I can do pretty much whatever I want. Say whatever I want, you know. Other horror creators can't do that, you know. I could. But yeah, let's get back. Let's get back. Yeah. Let me see. Oh no, hold on. The Mighty Sparrow says, "Show us the room one last time." I'll do it right now, Mighty Sparrow. Give me a second. Mac says, "So sorry. I have peace out. Take care, Mac. Take care, bro. Take care. Take care, man. Take care, brother. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening." Wolf says, "I knew defecation was going to be involved in your story, Apple." That's crazy. Apple's crazy, right? Apple crazy. The Mighty Sparrow says, "Yes, William Shatner." I'll show you guys the masks right now. Hold on in the room. Apple Ricky says, "You can use a fake baby doll for Stephen Lloyd for Halloween 6 fan film." Yes, you are right. You are right. You are right, Apple Ricky. You are totally right about that. You are totally right. I'm just waiting for Jalen to turn 15. Because that's the age that Jamie was supposed to be, 15 or 16 in Halloween 6. But obviously, you know, they would hire a 25, 30-year-old to play her instead, you know. Wicked Milk says, Wolf says, laugh out loud always. Apple Ricky says, wait, some grown man pissed in the pool at a water park. Restart. Yes, Apple Ricky. This was when I was a kid, though, back in like 2004, 2003. I went swimming to the public pool and then some. No, I wasn't even a grown man. It was like a kid like us. Well, I'm not a kid anymore, but back then, you know, it was like a kid around my age back then, you know, and he peed in the pool and you just start seeing, because, you know, you're in a pool of water, so you start seeing the yellow just rising up to the surface and everyone's like, eh, everyone just starts swimming out. Bro, it looked like a shark attack happened, you know, everyone was rushing out of the pool, even the far side where the pee wasn't even there. On the deep side, but everyone was rushing out of the pool all disgusted. It reminded me of the scene from Jaws when Chief Brody's telling everyone to get out of the water. Like, that's how everyone like was all swimming out of the pool like a shark was in there or something, you know. Yeah, it was funny times, man, back in 2003, 2004. Like about 21, almost 22 years ago, before most of y'all were born. Clomnom says, Halloween Resurrection had better cinematography than H2O, and I personally thought it was better, especially with Busta fights on Michael, because it makes more sense than Laurie being able to fight Michael. Yeah, that is true. I never had a problem with Halloween Resurrection, bro. I always kind of liked Halloween Resurrection. I always thought Michael looked great in Halloween Resurrection. I thought for the longest time that the I thought for the longest time growing up when I was in high school that the Halloween Resurrection mask was the superior mask at the time because it looked closer to the 78 mask kind of, you know? Now it looks closer to the flashback mask with like all the black eyeliner and shit going on, which is great still. But yeah, Resurrection did have great cinematography as well. The blue lighting, they had the blue lighting thing going on. They brought back the Myers house. We hadn't seen the original Myers house since Halloween 2, 1981 up to that point. Last time we saw it, it was in Halloween 5, 1989, you know? Well, oh, no, last time we saw it was on Halloween 6, 1995, when it was all green, owned by John Strode Realty. But yeah, you're right. What is it? Resurrection? Yeah, it was a good movie too. I didn't have a problem with it, honestly. I thought it was cool because Resurrection, what is it called? Resurrection was kind of ahead of the curve a bit, you know? So what Resurrection was trying to do, they were kind of trying to copy Scream a bit as well. I know H2O trying to do that as well, but Resurrection tried to copy Scream one step further using technology with Michael Myers. Remember, the contestants in the Dangertainment competition that go inside the boarded up Myers house, they're all wearing cameras, you know, they're all live streaming, bro. They're all literally live streaming back in 2002. That was expensive to do back then. You needed to be like, you needed to have money or be running in like some kind of TV studio to have access to that kind of tech back then. So they were literally live streaming like I am right now inside the Myers house, you know? That's some Scream stuff. Dude, they did the live streaming almost 10 years before Scream 4 did it. Bruh, think about it. Halloween Resurrection was already ahead of the curve. They did the live stream thing in Resurrection 2001, 2002, whichever year that was filmed. And Scream 4 didn't do the live stream thing with Robbie Mercer until 2011, bro. Think about that. Just think about that. Halloween Resurrection was thinking with the it was thinking ahead of the times with technology. And then all the teenagers are watching the live stream on the TV, right? You know, that was so like ahead of its time, bro. Yeah, Cloudnom, I love Resurrection as well. OG Wicked Milk says, you know what they could you know what they could play with? The horror feeling of anticipation, like the Purge movies. You know what I mean? Like before Halloween, when you know that Michael is coming back. Yeah, that too. Exactly. That too. In the Halloween movies, they should start maybe focusing the story a few days earlier before the actual day of Halloween. Maybe like a week or 4 or 5 days before actually Halloween, you know? And just to let us see what other creepy stuff is going on in the town, you know, before Michael comes back. Maybe people get this sense of dread when they know the shape is returning, you know? Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. Wicked Milk says, would they build up like that, the overall tone of the movie would be quite interesting. Yes, it would, man. Hell yeah. Totally. Caleb Hall says, I'm an inspiring horror writer. I wrote a lot of horror stories and scripts on notebooks and papers. Awesome, bro. Me too. Me too. I wrote a lot of stories. I wrote countless stories, bro. Horror stories, serial killer stories, and board in class, in high school, middle school. You know, I never really paid attention. The only subjects that were cool was either PE, history, or English class, and art class was cool. Math, all that other stuff was boring to me. Science was all right too. But yeah, so I was always just writing short stories. I was always wanted to be like R.L. Stine, kind of, you know, just writing short stories, you know. One time I was in class and I wrote a short story called The Tunnel. I wrote a short story called The Tunnel about some monster that lives in a tunnel, and these kids go down there and try to find it. Literally, I wrote this back in 2009, bro. I was thinking Halloween Ends before Halloween Ends was even like a thing, you know? I was thinking Halloween Ends before Halloween was even a thing. So yeah, man, me too, bro. You should, hey, Caleb. So what I did is I just got those stories and I just started making fan films on my channel, man. You should make fan films, Caleb. Caleb says, sorry, homie, but Halloween Ends sucked to me. It's all good, bro. Everyone's got their own opinions. I love Halloween Ends. I thought Halloween Ends was cool. I like the fact that Michael was like all zombie in the sewers, you know? I like the fact that there was Corey, another killer, too, as well. Corey was actually pretty cool, bro. I liked Halloween Ends. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool, bro. It was a fun movie, honestly. Surah JP said, hi, what's up, Surah JP? How you doing? How you doing? If you're new here, welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. This is Horror Sundays, episode 58. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you're a horror fan. Smash the thumbs up right there and all that good stuff. Like and subscribe. Caleb says, Halloween and Halloween Kills was dope to me. That's cool, bro. That's awesome. I love those too. I liked all three of them. I loved all three of them. Cloud Nom says, Halloween Ends was buns. I agree. Kills was the best, in my opinion. 2018 was cringe when Michael put his hand over a gun barrel and lost his fingers. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I'll be honest, the Halloween Kills was the best one. It was the best one, honestly, Halloween Kills, because it's just a classic Halloween movie, right? With Michael just walking around town killing people, yeah. Classic Halloween movie, yeah. Personally, my favorite one in the trilogy is Halloween Kills, but I could also appreciate Halloween 2018 and Halloween Ends. Aporigi says, the grandpa scary in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love them. Yeah, grandpa is scary. I was never able to figure out, was grandpa dead or alive? I thought he was dead growing up, but then I realized he was alive. Crimson says, yo, finally I caught your live. What's up, Crimson? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel. Another episode of Horror Sundays. Today's episode 58. Please smash the thumbs up. Get us up to 26. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much, Crimson. 27. Crimson, get us up to 27. So more people could join us here. Ghost Rider, the spirit of revenge, says, hey, man, how's it going? It's going great, Ghost Rider. It's going great. It's going great. I'm about to send the knife this week, bro. I'm moving out already. Check it out, Ghost Rider. I'm moving out already. I got nothing on my walls anymore. Look, I only got some Chucky dolls, and that's about it. And my Myers masks and my Ghostface poster and my TV. But yeah, I'm about to move tonight or tomorrow morning, so I should throw it in the mail sometime Wednesday or Thursday. The knife, please make it look great. Crimson says, I missed the last one. It's all good, Crimson. Don't worry about it. Apple says, you could just buy a baby doll at Walmart for Stephen Lloyd. Yes, Apple that would work. Unless I have a new niece, or if I have a kid by then, you know, I could just use that. Yeah. Maggie says, I have to leave. Please take care, Maggie. See you next time. Crimson says, who was in the background? My brother. We're moving, so we're taking stuff out. That was my brother. Max says, who the hell is this? Me. Apareki says, this would be funny. A short story called The Poop Monster, just a giant turd in a shower like Pennywise. That'd be pretty funny, though. That'd be pretty funny. Cloudnom says, if you were thinking Halloween ends, the monster in your story must have been really weak and nerfed. Wait, hold on. What up? Cloudnom7 says, if you were thinking Halloween ends, the monster in your story must have been really weak and nerfed. What do you mean by that? Caleb says, I wrote a vampire horror script. Should be a black muscular woman, bodybuilder type vampire. That's cool. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, honestly, I've been wanting to make a vampire movie as well. I was watching Interview with the Vampire last week. I haven't seen that movie in years, bro. And yeah, I just got really into vampires again, dude. They're cool. Cloudnum says, I prefer the films where Michael was smarter, like Halloween 2 and Halloween 6. Yeah, that's cool too, bro. That's cool too. Caleb says, I wrote a horror story about a dating reality show to the death. That's cool too, man. That's cool too. All right, guys, let's start getting into the horror movie news. Let's start getting into the news because we missed a lot of it. Well, not a lot, but we got like 3 segments to go over. All right, okay, so yeah, here on Reddit, someone is asking, check it out, look. Someone is asking what happened to Sweet Revenge. Someone is asking what happened to Sweet Revenge. Let's read about it. Apple Ricky says, I'm rewatching the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Who's the guy with the pocket knife they kicked out of the van? That's the hitchhiker. That's Leatherface's brother. Apple Ricky, that's the hitchhiker. That's Leatherface's brother. Cloudnom7 says, is Michael coming back from the blender? So here's the thing. My Halloween Ends fan film takes place 2 years before Corey's killing spree. So that would be 2020. So Michael is still down in the sewers hiding out. So in my fan film, he encounters another guy before Corey. So like I said, my fan film takes place 2020, 2021, 22. So yeah, 2 years before Corey Cunningham. 2 years before Corey Cunningham. So Michael still has a physical body. Apple Ricky says, okay, I'm starting to remember. Yeah. All right, let's read about it. What happened to Sweet Revenge? Caleb says, I want to see Five Nights at Freddy's Part 2. Yeah, that's a good one. I need to go see that as well. See if I could go into it after Silent Night, Deadly Night. So right here it says, I just checked one of my playlists and saw that it was missing. So I checked the Jason Universe channel and it's gone. I had to find a re-upload to replace it. Why did it get taken down? My best guess is since it was just a plug for Angry Orchard hard cider, I'm guessing the deal they had expired, so they had to take it down. I don't know, this is weird. I had mixed feelings about it, but I didn't want it to be taken down. Now the only way to watch it is piracy. Did they take it down so they can start charging it on streaming services instead of being free on YouTube? Does anyone have any concrete answers? Damn. So they took down the Sweet Revenge short film from Friday for Friday the 13th that came out like around the summertime. Damn, that's crazy. Damn, that's crazy. They took down the movie. But why? Oh, here's something, Joe Blow. Klobnom says, I saw Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It was peak. Awesome. Don't spoil it, though. Klobnom says, I hope Jason Universe is canceled. Not a fan of the casting and the mask is terrible. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I'm about to read about it right now. Why it's not on the internet anymore, the short film. Porky says, I'd shit in my pants if I saw Leatherface house and him running out after me. Yeah, that'd be scary, huh? That'd be scary. Klobnon says, I saw Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Peak. That's awesome. All right, so JoeBlow.com. Caleb says, I saw a clip of Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, and it's dope. Yeah, I'm going to go see that tomorrow. All right. So JoeBlow.com is reporting Friday the 13th short film Sweet Revenge has vanished from YouTube. 2025 marks the 45th anniversary of the release of one of the most popular horror movies ever made, Friday the 13th. The movie that launched my favorite franchise last year. The Friday the 13th franchise rights holders at Horror Inc. announced that they were launching the Jason Universe, which would encompass new Friday the 13th activations that will span a wide range of platforms, from entertainment, games, immersive experiences, merchandise, and more to be announced. Jason Universe social media by visiting blah, blah, blah. Okay, Sweet Revenge. The release of the short film was a big deal because it was our first official piece of live action Friday the 13th entertainment in 16 years, ever since the release of Friday the 13th reboot in 2009. The franchise has been bogged down by development hell and legal issues. Now Jason Voorhees was finally back, and even if he was wearing a questionable new hockey mask, it was good to see him again. Written and directed by Mike P. Nelson. Wrong turn. This vignette was said to be part of a larger collaboration between Angry Orchard, Hard Cider, and the Friday the 13th franchise. You can see the drink and merch tie-ins here. It was produced by franchise owner Horror Inc. Here's the official description. Fans will drop a chilling weekend in the woods, blah, blah, blah. We already read that. We already know what's up with that. It wasn't received with overwhelming positivity. Our reviewer Tyler Nichols gave it a 4 out of 10 review, but it represented the franchise making some progress after spending 16 years in the dumps. And now it's gone. Sweet Revenge no more. In recent years, fans have noticed that all the traces of Sweet Revenge have been scrubbed from, in recent days, fans have noticed that all traces of Sweet Revenge have been scrubbed from both the Jason Universe and Angry Orchard YouTube channels. Not only is the short gone, but even the trailer for it has vanished. It's as if it never existed, and Jason Universe and Angry Orchard haven't said a word about it. Fans were never warned that Sweet Revenge would only be available for a limited time. It just disappeared with no explanation. We can only assume the folks at Friday the 13th, the franchise, do that the contract with Angry Orchard has ended. Strange just to pull the video from online channels, but 2025 will be remembered as the Angry Orchard saga. It would have been nice to get a heads up that the contract would be expiring in December, but the information was kept under wraps. What do you think of Sweet Revenge vanishing without warning? Yeah, it sucks. They took it down. Yeah, they did take it down. It looks like the contract has ended. It looked like it was just a limited time contract while they did the hard cider beer thing, and then there it ended. Yup, that's it. That's it. Cloud9 says spoilers ruin things for everybody, and a lot of YouTubers fail to realize that. Yeah, that's why I don't really review movies that much here on my channel. That's why Cloud9. That's why I said earlier that's why I don't really focus on reviews or talking about movies that much here on the channel, because it just ruins it, man. It just ruins it. But yeah, Aporeki says this Why did the truck guy, Sally, go in the truck and then get out? Why not just drive away? I don't know, Apple Ricky. That was weird, right? In Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Caleb says, I've seen cool fan film horrors. Yeah, me too, man. Check out my fan films, Caleb, here on the channel. Let's see, what else? Hold on, guys, give me a second. So I saw earlier that there's gonna be another Jurassic World movie. That they're gonna announce another Jurassic World movie. That's cool. That's cool. Let me see right here. The next Jurassic World movie set to be announced soon. Right? There's not a lot of freaking news on it, but yeah, it says that there's gonna be a new Jurassic World movie. A new Jurassic World movie. That's cool though. I always love the Jurassic movies. Damn. Hey, we got some Avengers news, guys. We got some Avengers news. I need you to trust me. Oh, what the hell? Damn commercial. Cloudnom says you should make a Texas Chainsaw 3D fan film with Leatherface and his cousin. That would be cool too. That would be cool too. I just gotta get my little sister to grow up a bit, you know? She kind of does look like Alexandra Daddario too. Tall, pale, black hair. Yeah, that would be cool, bro. Apple Ricky says, I can tell Child's Play 1988 was kind of low. Yeah, it was. How can you tell, Apple Ricky? How can you tell it was low budget? It was medium, yeah, but yeah, it was still kind of low budget. How can you tell, Apple Ricky? How when you're a filmmaker, you just know already. You just know by the way the sets and all that stuff looks. Klobnom says, "What's your favorite Five Nights at Freddy game?" I don't think I played any Five Nights at Freddy's game, dude. I don't think I played any Five Nights at Freddy's games, man. I don't think I played any Five Nights at Freddy's games, bro. My bad. Hey, who's ready for Avengers Doomsday? Who's ready for Avengers Doomsday? Come on, guys, let me know. Apariki says, when Chucky was walking and running, that's literally a dwarf in a suit. Yeah, it is. It is. It's Ed Gale, remember? Yeah, Apariki, yeah, it was low budget, huh? Klobnom says, do you think Stu is going to come back and Scream 7 just to get killed off again? Yeah, that's what I find is that's Klobnom. I'm glad you mentioned that. Klobnom, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, I think it's kind of dumb, right? It's kind of dumb to bring back Stu for Scream 7 just to kill him off. What I would do is I would make Stu the mastermind, pulling the strings from prison, and have one of Sydney's daughters or two of her friends being the Ghostface, or maybe another older Ghostface that maybe knows Stu as well. And I wouldn't show Stu until like Scream 8 or Scream 9, you know? Like I would show him like in jail or wherever he is, you know, shots of him like that, blah blah blah. But I wouldn't show him as the reveal, you know? Because to me, like Scream 7 is kind of crazy because Scream's supposed to be a mystery, right? Isn't Scream supposed to be a mystery? So it's not a mystery going into Scream 7 and then it turns out to be Stu. You know, so like I thought Scream was supposed to be a mystery. So they're pushing Stu so hard that I'm probably thinking that he might not even be the reveal. They're pushing Stu so hard that I don't even think he'll be the reveal because it's just too obvious. It's just too obvious, dude. It's just too obvious who the killer's gonna be, you know? Caleb says, I want to see Frankenstein Netflix movie and Dracula, a Love Tale movie. That'd be interesting. That'd be crazy, right? On Netflix? Well, there's already a Frankenstein movie on Netflix, a new one with Jacob Elordi or Elordi. I don't know about a Dracula one, though. Dracula's not much of a lover boy. He's more of a lot of ladies kind of guy. Dracula. Apariki says, yeah, that was Ed Gale. Yeah. Klavnam says, ready to see it with Tobey Maguire. Do you think he will die? I don't know. Papa, who knows? If he does, I don't even think it matters because it's the multiverse. Anyway. I heard he's using a digital suit this time around. Klavnam says, I really hope they don't do that. But they probably will because these sequels have just gotten bad. It would disrespect the character's legacy. Yeah. You know what's crazy? Hey, Klavnam, you know what's crazy? I love Scream and everything. I love Scream and all that stuff. But this the trailer for this new one, Scream is starting to feel like Panic Room or something. It doesn't even feel like Scream anymore. Like just regular kids, regular young dudes like me or younger that just dress up as Ghostface trying to copy movies. It feels like Panic Room or something, you know? It's like in the Scream 7 trailer, they got a whole vault and shit. Sydney has a whole vault in her house. Like she has a vault, she literally has a panic room. In Scream 6, there was a panic room as well. In Gail's suite where she was staying. You know, so yeah, like Scream doesn't even feel like the original first 3 Scream movies where it felt like a regular person could just become Ghostface and kill people, you know? Like it doesn't feel like that no more. It feels like something like Saw now. It feels like something organized. Like Saw, you know, like Saw, like those pigs that go and kidnap people for Jigsaw. Well, like that. It feels organized like that now. Like the Scream 7 trailer is cool and all, you know, but like it just feels really like it feels like Panic Room or something now, you know, like with the whole vault and you know, it's crazy. It doesn't feel like the first Scream movie where it felt realistic, you know, where it felt like that could happen, you know. Now it's just too far fetched, you know. Now you have to suspend a lot of disbelief with Scream. Wicked Milk says, would it be cool to see Stu's sister? That would be more reasonable. Yes, that would be more reasonable. Imagine it is his sister. Imagine his sister is one of the killers. That you see, that would be more understandable. I could get behind that better than literally bringing Stu back the first movie and taking him and killing him the first movie and not saving him for the final act, the final film, like how they saved Roman Bridger. Well, Roman Bridger wasn't even a character until like they changed the Scream 3 script, I think. But yeah, like if I was directing these new Scream movies, I wouldn't waste Stu on the first movie. I'd have Stu pulling the strings from behind the scenes, unbeknownst to Sydney, and then by the third movie, Scream 9 or 10, whatever you want to call it, that's when I would have Stu as finally the reveal in the last movie. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just too obvious that it's Stu. Like I'm gonna go see a Scream movie expecting suspense, for the reveal, but I'm not gonna be, shocked because I know it's already gonna be Stu. So yeah. Cloudnum says, and Stu would be in prison if he did survive. You're right. There's no way he'd be out killing again. That's what I mean, bro. It's just too like, it's just like, and I talked to a few Scream fans on Instagram. I talked to a few Scream fans on Instagram, and they're like, they're so brainwashed by the marketing that Stu's back that to me it seems like they're pushing something really hard that might not be there just to get people to go see the movie. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's just like, yeah, dude. It's just like, I don't know, like either like for sure if they're back, they're probably gonna be back with AI or something. They're probably gonna be back with AI or something like that. Because like it's just like I wouldn't waste Stu like that. I wouldn't do him like that. Caleb says there's new Dracula movie called Dracula Love Tale. I know, but yeah, that I don't know. I'm not really like I said, Dracula's not really a lover guy like that. That's a different interpretation. Check out the Bram Stoker one, Bram Stoker Dracula. I think it might be based on that one, but well, there's different interpretations of Dracula. So I think this new one you're talking about, Caleb, I think this new Dracula you're talking about is based on that 1992 Dracula movie where he's like in love with some girl and she dies, I think. It's not really based on the Bram Stoker Dracula, the original, the horror one. That's the one I like. Wicked Milk says, damn, bro, Ed Gale got caught trying to do some shady stuff. Yep. Yeah, bro. Let's keep that guy's name out of here already, man. Let's keep that guy out of here. But yeah, he did. Apareki says, Eddie boy effed up his life. Had a good one until he destroyed it. Yeah, that is true. Caleb says, I know there is a Netflix Frankenstein movie. Yeah, there is. I haven't even seen it yet. Apareki says, I think the Chucky movies were like a medium budget. The first one was. The next two were high budget, though. Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. All that was high budget. The first one that was probably like more like mid-budget. Caleb says, look up a black vampire movie called Stranger's Invitation. I think I might have heard about that. I think I might have seen this before. A few years back. That movie, I think I maybe might have seen it. Yeah, it's cool. All right, let's see. Wicked Milk says it is said that he was in a mental asylum. Yep. They're going to make him escape like Michael on some Halloween stuff. Oh, Wicked Milk says an escape. Cloudnum says another thing I never liked is how every Scream ends the same, and we haven't ever had a killer who survived and won at the end. Yeah, only in the TV series. I think that's what they're going to do with Scream 7, though. They're probably going to... Hopefully they save Stu, though, if he really is alive. Hopefully they save him for the last movie, and hopefully we just get two killers that are either high schoolers or a high schooler helping out some older person that knows Sydney or something, you know. Only the TV series did that, where my Scream fan film, the Ghostface, my killer wins at the end. He gets away. My killer gets away at the end as well. Wicked Milk says, I think his parents paid off the cops, though not gonna lie, because we see through the movies the power means a lot of, and the cops weren't the best. Also, Stu's parents were rich as F. Yes, that is true too. That is true. Yeah, that is a theory as well that has been going around, that Stu's parents paid off the cops and stuff to sweep it under the rug and all that. And they mostly blamed it on Billy. Okay. So this makes sense. In Scream 5 and Scream 6, everyone's more hyper-focused on Billy, huh? On Billy Loomis. You know why, probably? This is my theory. Because Stu's parents paid off the cops, and maybe the city and whatever tabloids at the time to stop printing news of Stu and what happened, and basically just shift all the focus to Billy Loomis. Make it look like it was Billy Loomis, it was all of Billy's idea, pretty much, you know. So I think what they did was they went to the psychiatrist, and in the court, Stu probably had a mental evaluation, and they asked him, "Oh, did Billy pressure you? Did he threaten you to do this? And if you didn't do it, he was gonna kill you too." So Stu probably said yes, and they probably what is it called? He probably He probably claimed insanity. So they gave him a lighter sentence, and the parents, since they had money, they were able to scrub his records and any tabloids and newspapers and TVs shows and segments from publishing news of Stu, and just keep it hyper focused on Billy Loomis. So mostly everyone focuses on Billy and less on Stu's involvement. That's why in Scream in Scream 5 and 6, everyone's mostly hyper focused on Billy being the killer, you know? That's why everyone's up worshiping Billy as the ultimate Ghostface killer. Yeah, they acknowledge Stu, his robe is there, but he's not acknowledged to the degree that Billy was in Scream 5 and 6. Aporiki says, bro, high school kids would say that. Ha. Cloudnum says, Quentin Tarantino was talking smack and said Matthew Lillard is a bad actor, but he sucks and he hate him because he ain't him. Yeah, I mean, I like Quentin as a director, but he's a rude dude. He's an old school director. He's one of those old school directors, bro, that don't care. Those like Carpenter, you know, like Rob Zombie. They're just old school like that, bro. They speak their mind. But yeah, I'm a fan of Matthew Lillard. Also, what's it called? Paul Dano is a pretty cool actor too. So yeah, I couldn't agree with Quentin on what he said about Matthew Lillard and Paul Dano. They're both good actors. I don't know what's up with Quentin right now. Huh. Probably having a midlife crisis and shit. Man, if I was him with all that money, I'd be just in a yacht with some chicks, bro. I wouldn't be worried about younger actors than me or whatever. Cloudnum says, screw that, Tarantino freak. Yup, he is. Yeah, you're a freak. Spring Plus, she said, I love Matthew Lillard. Yeah, Wicked Milk says, Quentin was jealous of Bruce Lee laughing my ass off. Motherfucker always talk shit about him, huh? That's why he made him look bad in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All right, guys, let's get into the Avengers news. Comicbookmovie.com. Comic book movie. Matthew Lillard is more Sigma. Awesome. Yeah, he is. Cloudnum. Aporigi says, what's with the chickens in the cages in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? They just have chickens. They're like farmers, bro. They're like farmers. They have chickens. Do you notice how they don't kill the chickens, though? They kill humans. Aporiki, notice how they don't kill the chickens? They kill the humans. Cloudnout says Bubba eats chicken. He mixes it with all the people meat. Oh, he does? Twisted Emo says, I'm finally back. Hell yeah, Twisted Emo, what's up? Wicked Milk says, what's good, Twisted? All right, guys. Comicbookmovie.com is reporting Avengers Doomsday trailer has now arrived in theaters ahead of Avatar Fire and Ash. What? I didn't know. Oh, I'll probably see it tomorrow, hopefully. So the Avengers Doomsday trailer is here, but it's in theaters only right now. Let me see what it says. There's less than a week to go until Avatar Fire and Ash arrives in theaters. And it's now been confirmed that the Avengers Doomsday teaser will play before James Cameron's threequel. Update. Rumors that there will be 3 or 4 different Avengers Doomsday teasers have resurfaced. While this hasn't been officially announced, it seems Earth's mightiest heroes are being used as a selling point for initial and repeat viewings of Avatar Fire and Ash. Hopefully Disney and Marvel Studios will make an official announcement soon, including whether they'll receive online releases. Piecing together what we know with the hints like this, though, an online debut followed by 3 theater executives is definitely plausible. So is 4 different trailers focusing on each team. The Avengers, New Avengers, X-Men, and Fantastic Four. Bro. But you can only see it if you see Avatar Fire and Ash. Whack. I love James Cameron, but it's just boring. Are 4 teasers overkill? It feels like it, especially if the plan is to use Avengers Doomsday to boost Avatar Fire and Ash ticket sales. Like most of you, we just don't want our first look at the movie, but to be recorded on someone's cell phone from back row. So yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're not near the burp. You're not. You're not. You're getting 4 Doomsday teaser trailers. What? So apparently we're getting 4 Doomsday teaser trailers. I might go see Fire and Ash. Maybe just see the trailer and leave. The Avengers Doomsday trailer is one of the most highly anticipated teasers in recent memory, but the chances of an imminent online release appear slim. All signs point to Disney having the sneak peek play exclusively in theaters with Avatar Fire and Ash, which opens next Thursday in the US and in the first half of the week in select international theaters. Today, it's been confirmed that an Avengers Doomsday trailer has been sent to theaters, though it's currently locked, meaning it can't be viewed in advance and leaked. The teaser has also been rated in Brazil, meaning our first look in the movie could end up being a video recorded for back theaters somewhere overseas. That's not the optimal way to see a trailer. And while Disney will be banking on the majority seeing it with Avatar Fire and Ash next week, diehard fans will flock to any leaks, no matter the poor quality. Disney is clearly taking a page out of Christopher Nolan's book. Earlier this year, the filmmaker exclusively debuted the Odyssey's teaser on the big screen, admittedly giving it more of an event feel than a teaser that's randomly dropped on his social media one morning. An online release for Avengers Doomsday trailer is bound to happen at some point, even if it's a Christmas week. Still, we'd advise staying tuned because it shouldn't be too long before we see something from the movie. Hopefully, we can soften the blow a bit, telling you that the new trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu has also been sent to theaters and it is expected to be released online next week. As always, you can rely on comic book. Okay, cool. So yeah, there you have it. There's going to be 4 different teaser trailers for Avengers Doomsday, focusing on all the different teams that will be present in the film. But this is only going to be if you go see Avatar Fire and Ash. So like I said, I might go see it just to not see Avatar, but I just see the trailer and leave. Who knows though? Unless something's already leaked by then. Unless something has already leaked by then. Kalabnam says, how do you feel about Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness? The movie was cool, but I just feel like Doctor Strange stories all over the place. Doctor Strange stories just all over the place, just scattered all over the place, you know? But yeah, the movie's cool. I like seeing all the different iterations of the X-Men. No, not X-Men, but like Fantastic Four and stuff like that, you know? Aporeki says, Chicken human stew. Okay, then chicken human stew. That sounds like a movie, a horror movie, like my own like backwoods Texas movie. Chicken human stew. Stew. Apple Ricky, chicken human stew. Mocker. Wicked Milk says, can't wait to watch Avatar 3 and VR 3D best experience ever. Awesome. Hell yeah, Wicked Milk. Enjoy it. Wicked Milk, here. Wolf says, I think if Wes Craven was still around to direct Scream movies today, the mystery element would definitely be more engaging, clever, and well directed. The new directors just couldn't pull that off. Yeah, they couldn't, because it's not really about the reveal no more, honestly. To be honest, I feel like these new Scream movies, like Scream 5, Scream 6, Scream 7, Scream 8, all that coming up, I feel like those movies weren't really about the reveal no more. I think they were literally just about Ghostface, the killer, the masked, hooded, robed killer. That's what it was about. I feel like the older Scream movies, Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 3, even Scream 4, they were more about the reveal. They were more about the suspense of the reveal. Now, like I said, I think that the movies are more about literally about Ghostface, the killer, and the core four and all the teen characters are just like cannon fodder for him now. Unlike the older Scream movies, the movies were about the group of friends. It was about Sydney and her friends and Gail and Dewey. It was about them getting targeted by a killer. But now these newer Scream movies, I think they're more about literally just Ghostface, the killer, the hooded robed killer himself, just killing off just the teen characters. That's all it is now. They're literally about Ghostface now, mainly. Not even about the motive or the reveal. It's just about Ghostface now. Aporeka says, have you seen Doctor Sleep? Yes, isn't that? Isn't that like a sequel to The Shining? Hey, isn't that like a sequel to The Shining, Apple Ricky? Doctor Sleep or Doctor Strange? But it's by Stanley Kubrick, no? Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it before. It came out like in 2013 or 2014, around right there. Well, says next year will be an awesome time at the cinema. So many highly anticipated movies. I'm still very upset about Netflix and Warner Bros. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But you know what? If Netflix and Warner Bros. Merge, you know what that means, right? They're in charge of all those IPs now, like Superman and Batman and all that stuff. But that just means more independent films. This could be a good thing. This could be a good thing for independent filmmaking, because now Netflix is going to be in charge of all the classic mainstream superheroes and characters, So now we can't touch that, But what we can do as independent filmmakers is just make up our own franchises, make up our own characters that eventually they'll probably want to buy off of us, So yeah, it sucks because there's so many IPs that are going to go to Netflix that they're going to ruin. But at the same time, like I said, this is going to create even more independent filmmakers than there is now. So, it's like you win some, you lose some type thing, And honestly, I'm an independent filmmaker. So for me, this is a good thing, So for me now, I could completely focus on my original works and not worry about, I want to direct the next Batman or, anything big like that when Netflix will be in charge of all that, So yeah, I don't really care, honestly, bro. I don't really care if Netflix and Warner Brothers merge. Honestly, you know why? Because I don't own Batman, I don't own Superman, I don't own any of those IPs, So I don't care, bro. Now there's gonna be more independent filmmakers, because now Netflix is gonna have their own little tight knit group of workers that work for them, and they're gonna be very selective of who they let in, So now that's gonna just open new ground for us independent filmmakers to start our own independent studios and stuff like that. Make our own independent films without the permission of Hollywood and any of that. So yeah. Apple Ricky says, I love Stanley Kubrick. Me too, Apple Ricky. Yeah, my dad used to love Stanley Kubrick's movies a lot too as well. First Stanley Kubrick movie I saw with my dad was 2001 A Space Odyssey. Yeah, I remember watching that with my dad when I was a little kid in the 90s, tripping out on the HAL 1000, that computer, that AI that's trying to kill the astronauts. Yeah. Caleb says, I wrote horror stories that take place in the 70s and 80s. That's awesome, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. Start making fan films. Start making short films on your channel, bro. Start making short films on your channel. Hell yeah. We also shot the ending to my Halloween Ends fan film. We haven't wrapped shooting yet, but we shot the ending for the movie on Friday here. We shot a disgusting, bloody ending, bro. Disgusting, bloody ending we shot. It was awesome. I loved it. It was so fun. Now, since I'm a move, I'm not worried about finishing here anymore. So now the rest of the movie is gonna get finished shooting at the park, in the sewers, and that's it. That's it, bro. We shot an awesome scene for Halloween Ends. Hopefully aiming Halloween Ends maybe for maybe February. Yeah, maybe around February, because I want to have some time to promo it on Instagram and YouTube, do a trailer, all that stuff, make some posters. Klobnom says, I'm back, cousin. That's awesome, Klobnom. Apple Ricky says, I like The Shining and Clockwork Orange. Those are really good. Yep, they are. OG Wicked Milk says, bro, Eyes Wide Shut is one of the best. I have Eyes Wide Shut. On VHS. Wicked Milk. You know what's crazy about Eyes Wide Shut? Supposedly there's a version where that Stanley Kubrick made that the studio didn't like. So, but when he died, they re-edited the movie, and I think they took some stuff out and they added some stuff in that Stanley Kubrick didn't want in there. And you know what's crazy is today I was cleaning out my VHS collection because I'm moving, and I found a VHS copy of Eyes Wide Shut. And when I opened it, it said screening copy. Screening copy. It said screening copy, so this wasn't even a version released to the public. This said Warner Brothers screening copy. So it was a copy for the executives at Warner Brothers to watch to see if they approve of the film. So I want to get a VHS player and watch it and see if it's the version that they re-edited, bro. Because if I have the unedited version of Eyes Wide Shut, dude, I could make some money with that movie, bro. Because that freaking tape says screening, Warner Brothers screening copy. It doesn't even say the title of the movie. It just has a white label. And in black letters, it says Warner Brothers screening copy. So I'm really hoping this movie is the original version of Eyes Wide Shut, which would be crazy because no one saw the original version of Eyes Wide Shut in theaters. From what I've been hearing and reading, it was only watched privately by the executives and Stanley Kubrick, and after that he died. And then the version we got in theaters was a heavily altered version. So I'm really hoping that this tape I found is the original version of Eyes Wide Shut. That'd be crazy. Klobnom says, Freddy or Jason? Jason, bro. I love Freddy too, but Jason's cooler though. Wolf says, OG Wicked Milk, the only movie in Tom Cruise's career where he doesn't run. No, Tom Cruise is actually a great actor, bro. I grew up watching a lot of his movies. He was great in Jerry Maguire, War of the Worlds. He was cool. He was great in Interview with the Vampire. I think that's probably his best role ever, as Lestat de Loincourt. In Interview with the Vampire, Tom Cruise. Honestly, I think that was his best role ever. At least that's my favorite role of his, is Lestat de Loincourt from Interview with the Vampire. Yeah, that was a good actor, though. He's just kind of crazy, I think I heard. Apareki says, The Shining is a masterpiece. It is, Apareki. That's another movie I saw with my pops growing up as a kid in the 90s. Wicked Milk says, bro, you got to make it open source if it is. Yeah, I know, bro. And when I move later tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to see if I could buy a VHS player or maybe a small TV with the VHS player attached and I'm gonna start looking through that tape, and I'm gonna start listening to what the unaltered version had that was taken out. TCCK Gaming says hello. What's up, TCCK Gaming? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here on the channel again. Another episode of Horror Sundays, episode 58. TCCK Gaming. TCK Gaming says, talking about Eyes Wide Shut. Yes, TCCK Gaming. We're talking about Eyes Wide Shut, bro. I was telling OG Wicked Milk that earlier today, I was going through my VHS collection, putting it in a box because I'm moving, and I happened to find a copy of Eyes Wide Shut in my collection right there. I've had it for a long time. But when I looked inside the box, the tape, it wasn't a regular tape. It didn't have the title of the movie. It said Warner Brothers screening copy. So that means this tape was a screening copy that the executives used to watch at a private screening before approving the release of the film. So I'm hoping that this tape I found is the original copy of Eyes Wide Shut. The original copy that Stanley Kubrick intended to release. Because after his death, the movie was heavily edited, and a lot of the things he wanted in there were taken out, and a lot of things that he didn't want were put in. Caleb says, I like Friday the 13th movie series, and Nightmare on Elm Street movie series, Halloween movie series. Me too, man. I love all those movies. I grew up watching them since I was a kid, bro. I love all of them. Caleb says the Friday the 13th, the Halloween movies left out Jason and Michael sucked. Yeah, that is true, right? Well, I mean, Halloween 3 was all right. Roy Burns was cool to watch, too, so it's like whatever. Cloud9 says, I think Stu in Scream 1 is the best slasher. Yeah, he was cool. He was cool because he just did it for fun. Wolf says, the best performance in Tom Cruise's career, in my opinion, is Magnolia. I like Interview with the Vampire better. But, to each their own. TCK Gaming says, crossing my fingers, it is the original copy. That's legendary if it is. Yeah, bro, because I heard the original copy was never even seen in theaters. The only people that saw the original copy were the executives for the film and Stanley Kubrick. And this movie says screening copy, Warner Brothers screening copy. That means it must have been a screening copy for the executives before approving the release of the film. So they watch it first, and then they say, okay, you got to change this and that. So, So I'm hoping, man. Caleb says Tom Cruise is the shit in Interview with the Vampire. Yep, Lestat de Loincourt. He was badass, right? He was badass in that movie, right? He was badass, bro, in Interview with the Vampire. Yeah, I also have Interview with the Vampire in VHS. I found it up there as well. I'm telling you, bro, I watched all these movies growing up. It's just that for a few years I was doing drinking and smoking and stuff like that, doing drugs. So my memory got very flustered, So I was starting to feel like were all these false memories or were all real memories? And, it turns out, yeah, I've seen all these movies growing up. I had them all there in my freaking collection since the 90s. But yeah, man. Yeah. Cloudnub says, and I enjoy Matthew Lillard in Five Nights at Freddy's movies and would like to see more. Yeah, that would be awesome. Hell yeah. Hells yes. Hells yes, guys. Wolf says, Matthew Lillard is always awesome. I love Pulp Fiction and the Django Unchained to death, but Tarantino was a tripping fool. Yeah, that fool. He went too far right there, Tarantino. Yeah, he went too far, honestly. He went too far. Yeah, that dude went too far this time, Tarantino. Yeah, Mr. Tarantino went too far. Caleb says, I like the 80s metal music, horror movies, Black Roses and Trick or Treat. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Me too. I love it all. I love it all as well. Look at that, guys. Room is empty. Room is empty already, pretty much. Just got to get my masks. TCK Gaming says, what did Tarantino say? I keep hearing about it. He was talking trash about Matthew Lillard and Paul Dano. Give me a second, guys. Trash about Paul Dano and Matthew Lillard. Apple Ricky says, if you have twins, you should name them Stu and Billy. Their middle names could be Mocker and Loomis. Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be funny, right? Cloudnom says Tarantino like kids. Oh man, come on. Bro, I choked on my spit and it's killing me. The hell? But yeah, man, hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys. But yeah, guys. Wolf says, that Diddy documentary was crazy. I tried watching it. I got bored like in the first I don't know, like 3 minutes. I got bored already. I was like, whatever, bro. I don't even care. I'm not rich or famous. I'm never gonna meet these people. Why do I care? So I put on some horror movies instead. You know? Yeah, I tried watching it. I got so bored. I was like, whatever. Yeah, I don't care. Cloudnom says, wait to see the new scary movie would be having a Diddy party. Oh man, yeah, they probably will be making. Oh, I don't know. Who knows though? Because Marlon Wayans, I think, was cool with him. So I don't know if they're gonna have any Diddy jokes. I don't know if they're gonna have any Diddy jokes. Apple Ricky says, okay, guys, stop talking about that guy. He's disgusting. He's disgusting. He's the Didmeister, though. He's the Didmeister. But yeah, man. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to be cutting the live right now in a few minutes already at 6:50, all right? Because I got to continue moving stuff out of the room, guys. I got to continue moving stuff out of the room. We got 3 more minutes left. We got 3 more minutes, guys. We got 3 more minutes. So if you guys got any questions, ask them now. Because I won't be going live until Wednesday. Wednesday, I'll be in a whole new room. But yeah, guys, we got 3 more minutes left. Let me see. Cloudnom says, what's your favorite Ghostface mask? The aged one is pretty cool. The aged Ghostface mask became one of my favorites recently. But yeah, Jose Gomez says, I'm eating cheese with my girlfriend. That's awesome, Jose Gomez. Glad to see you here, man. Please smash the thumbs up. Yeah, Jose. Get us up to 29, Jose Gomez. Get us up to 29 so more people could join us here. Apple Ricky says, come on, Diddy. Let's go party. Ah, come on. OG Wicked Milk says, see y'all. Take care, Wicked Milk. Take care, bro. Take care. Take care. We'll see you on Wednesday. Wicked Milk says, I bet if they showed the Springtrap's feet, Tarantino would be so mad at Matthew. Yeah, you know Tarantino, right? With the feet. Wicked Milk says, I bet they show Springtraps. Oh, yeah, we read that. But yeah, man, that's crazy, right? That would be crazy. Condom says, no, he will not like it. No, he will like it. Yeah, I definitely will, right? He definitely will. All right, we got 1 more minute, guys. 1 more minute, and the live will be ending. Apple Ricky says, like the Barbie song, come on, Barbie, let's go party, but instead, come on. Oh, come on, Apple Ricky. Come on, come on. We got 1 more minute left, guys. 1 more minute left. Wicked Milk says that one was nice. Damn, come on. Damn, that's funny. That's funny. Cloudnow says, I will dominate. Wicked Milk says, see y'all. All right, thank you so much, Hollywood Horror Film Club. Ghostface and Michael Myers collectors are joining me here on the channel again. for another episode of Horror Sundays. Today, episode 58. Like I always say, please like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps me out a lot in the algorithm. Smash the bell notification to be notified when I go live or upload new videos here on the channel. Hit the comments below. Share these videos and fan films with everyone you know so we can keep making more horror content here on the channel. Also, follow me on Instagram for more horror content. Link down in the description. And if you'd like to leave a donation to the channel, because sometimes we get we run out of fake blood prosthetics or our fan films, Cash App link down below as well. If not, just keep smashing the thumbs up, guys, all right? Clowndown says, see ya, cousin. Wolf says, bye, guys. Clowndown says, stay screamy like Matthew Lillard. TCK Gaming says, next time. Take care, guys. I'll see you guys next time. I'll be streaming from a brand new room. See ya.